Hello, classmates. Let me explain the modeling idea of this smartwatch. First, we import the picture, then remove some unwanted areas and the white edges. After that, we trim, divide or clean it up, and scale to adjust the proportion. After adjusting, we align it, lock it, and determine the center line to make it centered. Then, we can start drawing lines. When drawing the lines, we try to draw smooth curves that are second continuous. After drawing the lines, we can draw the cross-section and the outer contour. After that, we directly use a single sweep to add a cover, and the main body is done. Then, we make the protrusions here. After drawing the lines, we directly extrude them and combine them together. Then, we combine them again, and the main body is ready. Then, we make the strap. We can use the flowing method along the curve. We can draw a group first, then draw a straight line, and then use the curve and the straight line to array it. After that, we use the curve's bar to get to the outer contour. Then, we draw a target curve and draw the target line. After drawing it, we make the length of the baseline and the target line consistent. Then, we do the flowing along the curve, including doing it twice, once soft and once hard. After doing this, we can do the same method on the other side, and it can flow over. After flowing, we can make an initial shape. After that, we can use the deformation method or the flowing substring cutting method to adjust the width of this position. The width here is not completely horizontal. Well, drawing a T is not a good cutting effect. Here, I used a method called deformation. I used a surface to deform it to adjust the width, thickness, and thinness to achieve a different effect. Similarly, here I use another method. I draw a tiger, a rectangle, or two lines to make a spine, and then do a Boolean split to make it produce a breathing change. After drawing, we can cut the holes again and establish them. After establishing them here, it's okay. After finishing this, I make the connecting part. First, I draw the lines longer and bigger. Then, I subtract to cut the holes here. Then, I cut a surface at this position, cut out the open edges here, and tie the two open edges together. Then, we can get a surface here. We use this surface to divide or split the main body, and then combine them together to become a whole, and combine them together. Similarly, I can also do this here. First, I draw the outer contour long. After that, I cut it, leaving this outer contour to bring it out. Then, I extrude it long. After extruding, we have an exposed edge inside. Here, I make the exposed edge again. Then, I use the blending to make this end surface, extend it appropriately to make it bigger, and then do the Boolean split to cut it off and combine them together. After appropriate chamfering to handle some details, we can also change the color afterwards and continue to complete the details. We open a screen here, suggest to cut it out, and then cut it out. At the bottom, we disassemble one more piece to make a back. After that, we can make some details on the main body, such as a button, a hole for the bug, and a knob. We first extrude them, then chamfer them, draw a curve here in the setting diagram, draw a curve here. When drawing the curve, my technique is to draw a trapezoid first, and then trace the points on the trapezoid to draw this line. After extrusion, we do the annular split, then do the Boolean split, and retain what you need. Then, we can chamfer it appropriately. Then, here I have a decorative ring. I disassemble it and then make a new surface here to blend it. In this way, the decorative line can be made. For these other holes, we can adjust the working plane to make them. The same method can be done on the other side, and it can be made. Then, here is a side. Here is a USB waterproof plug. We can draw it out. The speaker hole can be directly created. Here, we can divide it twice, then adjust it to different heights and combine them together, and then round the corners. Hey, this effect is okay. Then, for the chassis here, there is a disc in the middle. We can draw this disc, delete the other surfaces, and use the blending of the two surfaces to make a transition surface. In this way, the effect is okay. After adding a cover, it becomes a solid. Okay, then for the disc on the top, we can rotate it out. Then, here we need to make some screw holes and two keys. We can use extrusion, line cutting, and split them. After that, we can change the color, chamfer the corners, and achieve the corner effect. There's also a screw hole here. For the screw hole, I can take this cylinder, cut it flat, and then draw a hexagonal star here on the top and extrude it. Extrude the camera depth, and then generate a geometric body. We can adjust the depth and slope by scaling. After adjusting, we do the subtraction. In this way, the four-corner chamfering effect of such a screw hole is also available. We can mirror and copy it 4 times. Okay, the chassis here is done. Here, 4 surfaces are missing. I can trim it to half and then mirror it over to make up for it. For other details, we can further improve it. Here on the side, there are 2 holes for lights or antennas. I can first extract the lines, take a part of the lines, and make a tube with this line. After that, we divide the surface, offset this surface, do the Boolean split, cut it here, and then round the corners. Similarly, we can do the same method on the other side, and it can be done. Okay, for other details, we can do this. Here is a metal ring buckle. We can get a surface by the spine method. Draw a line here, first draw this line, and then extrude it to get the surface. Cover the edge, chamfer the edge, and then make the tube. It can also be done like this in another place. Here, there are some holes. We can also pull out the lines, turn the surface into a pen, and then set multiple along the curve and chamfer it appropriately. Then, here, we can also do this. We can cut out the holes here. Here, we made a buckle, and some details can be handled like this. For the dial here, I slightly adjust the size. Finally, after finishing, we can take a look at the green area and fill it in again. Here, we also make a block to cut out the hole here, and then array it along the curve and chamfer it. Okay, after handling it, we can switch to the smart mode and add some materials to change it. Here, we can make the time. Well, for those who want to replay, you can follow the teacher and enter the fan group.